Going on YouTube, Centex Collector here with something different than usual. Warhammer figure, Ultramarines Reiver. And really the reason I got this off Amazon. Something came to mind when I seen it. Quick glance. Tore up because I got it like new open, new good or whatever, because it was cheaper. When I saw this, what came to mind was Range Viper. And then I forgot there was Skullbuster. So he reminds me a lot of Skullbuster now the more I look at it. But then I thought about the What If figures. I've seen some guys repainting those. And so let's see what we got here. Here we are in the packaging. Let me tear them out. Alright, so it comes with Warhammer stand, which I think might be able to fit the stands I just got recently off Amazon. So these are actually really good for 6-inch figures. We'll see if it's the same. I don't know, I think this might be too small. Yeah, that peg's a little too big, but it does fit. It's odd. That's kind of even small to fit this big old figure. Peg can't be too much. Anyway, it's got that big old, I don't know what you want to call this, blaster. Could probably even paint it up a little bit. Big hunk of plastic. And then, I'm not sure if this guy's supposed to be able to fly or something. So this plugs right into here, it looks like. That's like a big hunk of plastic. And then the figure himself. Like I said, just wanted a big old, I think this would be great as like an Android type figure. I wonder if you could even pull this off. I think you can, but that'd probably leave like a big old spot. Then you could, I guess you could probably pry this off and put like a Cobra logo, or just really keep that on. It's kind of cool actually, keep that on there. And the blue's a little lighter than your Cobra blue. Yeah, so definitely lighter than your Cobra blue. I guess if you're talented, you could always repaint it. Especially paint over this. I don't know why they had to do that. Got these markings here. But it looks like it'd be really easy to paint, especially since it's like in matte. I feel like it'd be easy to paint over. Let's see, kind of like a paint issue there. Paint over this. There's definitely possibilities here, but like when I saw this, I just saw like Range Viper, but he looks more like Skullbuster. And again, taking like a mech trooper, right? Have him as like a bat, because he is good sized, but he scales in really well if you were to have, you know, mechs. Or I thought of like that What If Monger figure that came out recently. I've seen people making the custom bats, but make this like a big mech android type figure. Definitely for a Cobra. I mean, just looks, especially we have Range Viper hopefully coming next year. I mean, I just feel like this is a great fill-in. I mean, he looks military-like. This is cool. I mean, this almost looks like a Dreadnought symbol anyway, but it just kind of fits with Cobra if you want to pry that out. Paint over this stuff. paint the whole thing if you're talented enough. I don't know how it actually all breaks apart, but I mean, to me it scales really well as far as being a big old mech figure, warrior, whatever you want to call it. But anyway, and this looks like it has better articulation than... So again, this is made by McFarlane Warhammer Figures. I think they've been out for a while now as far as the line. I just happened to see this somehow, some way, and like, it's gotta fit in. The articulation looks better than the McFarlane 7-inch multi-verse DC figures that I'm looking. So you got movement here in the tip of the foot tip. Reminds me of the Toy Biz Marvel Legends. So we got foot pegs, and your trademarking information. And then we got movement at the ankles with this big old mech guy, right? And I don't have a ruler to see what the overall, but you can see if this is a 6-inch figure. You figure like that's what, probably maybe 7-8-inch figure. And then the knee, thought he had double jointed, but I guess not. So yeah, movement at the knee there, really good movement. It's not double jointed knee, but we got knee movement for this big old figure, which I think is... And then legs, got leg movement there. So even, like a walking movement. And then hands move around, elbow bend. So he's got really good points of articulation. He's got these shoulder blades, but his shoulder moves freely, even with the shoulder guard. You got some play there on the shoulder guard. You could probably, yeah, it looks like you could probably pry those off if you absolutely wanted to. Just don't know how much you could prise apart to paint it all. Because to me this scene's kind of blaring, like I ought to paint it maybe black or something. I don't know if you can even match this paint and maybe just paint over these. If I could find that blue, if anybody knows what blue this is, because I'm not the best at colors. But I'm really digging, I mean, that face sculpt, just awesome. And then, let's see what other missing. Is that double jointed elbow? I can't tell because, no, I don't think so. But you can see that point right there. And then the chest, you got movement here in the chest. Yeah, even left, right, and up, down in the chest. And then the head, left, right, and slight up, down. Even with this big old deep 6 looking suit, he's got up, down, left, right movement for the head and neck. This figure's just awesome now that I'm holding it for, well, my plans were just be a big old mech soldier. See the back here, like he's got another pin right there. Yeah, so this knee moves there. He's got movement there on that knee. I don't know why, that's weird. So the right knee, you got the movement up here, but not down bottom. And then the left knee, you've got the movement down here, but not up top. So that's odd, but whatever. But the articulations feels better than the DC Multiverse 7-inch figures. And then this hand moves. He can hold this big old rifle. So he's definitely will be very menacing on my Cobra shelf. You got movement in this arm, shoulder pad looking thing. Got like these pouches. He's got good details with pouches. These are all, yeah, they don't come off at all. They're in there in the figure, plastic, like, yeah. Well, this, yeah, molded in there, plastic molded in there. You got your slot here for this backpack. But overall, like I said, it's just, and then if we take like a Valiverse figure, classified, you saw a Cobra figure, here's a Joe. And then Cobra, like the blues, obviously definitely different shade, but I feel that it would fit in with Cobra very well. And if you wanted to, I don't know if you could break that all down and repaint it, but I don't know what you would want to call this mech. Another trooper, battle android trooper on steroids, whatever you want to call it. I dig it. They could have made this stand probably better, because the stand really, you only get like 1 foot on there on that stand. But I probably won't use, well, yeah, I can't use, and that stand is as wide, but this one's not working, and this one's not. Plus, I think I couldn't get this. Can I get this in there? I think I can. Yeah, I can. But again, it doesn't feel like it's gonna stay on there anyway. But again, got these off Amazon. These would be great for classified figures if I don't stay with the ringside collectibles. Got these really cheap, but we'll see how these hold up. But yeah, that's it. The Warhammer Reiver. Super cool figure. Highly recommend. Got another Warhammer figure I'm going to review here pretty soon. But yeah, anything I can add to the G.I. Joe classified verse that I feel is going to fit in, I'm putting it in there. Alright guys, let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe. JJ out.